Good evening all of you. Welcome back once again to the channel. In today's video we will be discussing our part number 4th. Fourth we will be discussing in today's video of your UGC NET Psychology examination of 16th March 2023. So if you have not watched the previous ones, make sure you watch that so that you don't miss on 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 plus marks in your upcoming June or December session. Before we proceed ahead, make sure that you have subscribed the channel as well as you have joined the Telegram group so that you will get the updates regarding upcoming videos and all of that. If you like the video, if you gain some knowledge, little bit of knowledge, for the knowledge, then make sure to like the video and share with your friends or family. Because here we are having a family of hormones. Question number 9 states that corticotropin releasing hormone CRH of hypothalamus leads to release of which hormone of the anterior pituitary gland. As soon as you go through this question, one thing you might be knowing or you might not know is that we are having a pituitary gland and we have two parts of that, the anterior one and the posterior one. Till now, whatever questions have been asked are mainly from our posterior pituitary gland that we called as PPG, posterior pituitary gland, about ADH and oxytocin. Now, in this examination, in this paper, they have asked about what? They have asked about anterior pituitary gland for the first time. So make sure you note that. And as they are stating here that these are APG means anterior pituitary hormones. These are so thyrotropin, prolactin, growth hormone, we call it GH, and adrenocorticotropic hormone ACTH. All these are releasing from where? All these are releasing from your anterior pituitary gland. So make sure you note this point so that in near future if the question comes like this, that which of the following hormones are releasing from posterior or anterior, like that. All right. Okay. In this question, the from where the question is coming, it is coming from your unit number 7 plus 4, you can say, about stress. All right, because we see this HPA, hypothalamus pituitary axis, gets activated, this ACTH gets released, and then rest of the things happens. All right. Okay. Thyrotropin, prolactin, growth hormone. Simply the answer is what? Answer is adrenocorticotropic hormone. You might be knowing ACTH. This is the short form. So what happens over here is, welcome to all right. So here it is your hypothalamus. Hypothalamus, what it releases your CRH. Where have you seen CRH? You have seen CRH here. CRH, corticotropin releasing hormone of hypothalamus. Yes, now I know CRH is releasing from our hypothalamus, then leads to release of which hormone of the anterior pituitary gland, that means our APG. Now this CRH is leading towards your anterior pituitary. This is anterior one and that is posterior one where we release vasopressin and oxytocin. Then what it is causing over here is it is releasing ACTH from where? ACTH from anterior pituitary gland. After that it is going to towards where? It is going toward adrenal gland. From adrenal cortex it is releasing what? It is releasing cortisol, thanks to this guy. Alright. Okay, so this is your thing which happens during stress of your unit number 7, and this is the biological reason. First of all, what happens is hypothalamus gets activated, releases CRH, corticotropin, not corticotropin, yes, corticotropin releasing hormone, which causes APG, anterior pituitary, to release what? To release ACTH. Then this ACTH comes to adrenal cortex and says, please release some cortisol. And then nobody is going to stop you from getting plus 2 marks over here. Corticotropin releasing hormone of hypothalamus. Okay, we have seen the diagram right now, just now. Leads to release of which hormone? It leads to ACTH hormone of the APG. Apart from that, APG releases three more hormones. What are those? Thyrotropin for your thyroid, prolactin for that mother thing, and this growth hormone when you touch what? When you touch puberty, or we can say while adolescence, it gets releases, it gets activated, and then this growth hormone tells the sex gland to release their things. So the correct answer over here is adrenocorticotropic hormone. Make sure that you don't forget this ever. Alright, moving on to next question. Question number 10. Which of the following is not a part of immune system? The question is asking about what? About the immune system. Again, your unit number 10, unit number 7 gets activated. Is not a part of immune system, is not a bone marrow and thymus, spleen and thymus, pancreas and liver, phagocytes and lymphocytes. What if you are sitting for the examination and you are going through this question and you know nothing about the biology of your body, or you are weak in unit number 4 or whatever unit may be, but you know something like this: phagocytes and lymphocytes, our we call as T cell, B cell, related to stress, right? So you know this, that this is somewhat related to what? This is somewhat related to your immune system, right? But the question is asking is not a part of. You don't know about bone marrow and thymus, what these two does, and as well as spleen and thymus. But as soon as you see thymus and thymus over here, then it is most likely then that this is going to be what? Correct? No, this is going to be the wrong answer. That means it is going to be a part of what? It is going to be a part of your immune system, because they have tried to confuse you with this thymus. But you have to be little alert, little sharp. But if not, then just go with the basic knowledge which you are having is pancreas and liver. So while you are studying about pancreas in your maybe any book, so then you might have a good educated guess that this pancreas and liver are nowhat related to your immune system, because if they are part of immune system, then what will happen to insulin, glucose, glucagon? What will, who will work for them? All right, so this, the correct answer over here is pancreas and liver. If you want to know more about this, then keep watching the channel. All right, so note down these three things: bone marrow and thymus. Spleen and thymus means bone marrow, thymus, your spleen, phagocytes, lymphocytes, phagocytes, lymphocytes. These all are a part of what? These all are part of immune system. Pancreas and liver are not a, never a part of your immune system. Now moving on towards next question, question number 11. Gamma aminobutyric acid. This is the most basic question of this thing. Gamma aminobutyric acid, GABA, they have asked from where? From the neurotransmitter section of your unit number 4. In cerebral cortex plays a role in. What it plays a role in? Increasing the activity of neurons in brain only, increasing the activity of neurons. You might be knowing that this is your inhibitory thing. So this is never going to be increase the activity where it is. So what it will do, it will only inhibit. What does inhibit means? To stop, to restrict, to protect, or to don't release, or never release. So gamma aminobutyric acid will always decrease. So now you are confused between two options. I hope you know about excitatory and inhibitory. Decreasing the activity of the neurons in the brain and central nervous system. In the brain only? No, it is not in the brain only, it is also in the your central nervous system, because your CNS comprises of what? CNS comprises of your brain as well as comprises of what? Your spinal cord. Alright. So here this is option is also correct, but this option is also given to you. So you must choose, you always have to choose the most appropriate answer over there. So decreasing the activity of the neurons in the brain, yes, this is correct. And the central nervous system. Instead of writing spinal cord, they have confused you with what? Writing central nervous system. So yes, central nervous system part of brain, I mean brain part of your central nervous system, as well as spinal cord also the part of your central nervous system. So GABA, which we called as gamma aminobutyric acid, will do what will always do, decrease the activity of neurons in the brain and CNS as well. In complete CNS, it all that means brain is also there. Alright, so GABA is present where? In your CNS, and what does it do? It decrease the activity of neurons simply, and your neuron is a basic building block of your nervous system. With this, we end this video over here. We have discussed in part 4 some of the important questions of your unit 4 as well as from unit 7 as well as from unit number 10. Alright, okay. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, yes, if you really like the video, don't forget to like the button, as well as if you have anything to comment down below. If not, then share it straight away. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day ahead. Take care. And don't forget to subscribe.